Guys, the Trump coin, the Trump back coin, World Liberty Financial is trading right now on the future, so you can get in it. But is this the play for us to get into? I've been looking for data, and data is king out here. And I've been trying to find some information, and I've looked at so many people reviewing it on X, on Medium articles, YouTubers. Man, they all suck. I'm just terrible. It's just terrible, the amount of bad information out there. And this is why it's important to do your own research out here. This is what I've done. I'm a real investor. So like you can see, I have my positions open, like ICP here. I got a 23% hit so far. I made $400 on it. You know, Fartcoin. Yes, I took a position on Fartcoin, small one, but I have 7X on my ICP, 7X on my Fartcoin. I was trying to build up my ICP a little bit more, but it's okay. I'm going to do well on it. I took a loss. I got losses too. I got 5% loss on a short on the Yeezy coin, but this is in my initial position. It's only $50. And I have this other one that's down a little bit more, but I think this one's going to come back up in the next probably couple hours. Desync is probably going to run and make me a few $100. But my main position here is the ICP, where I'm $13,000 long. So I play this stuff. And I think the reason the information is so bad out here is because most of the people you're listening to, on whether it's on X or whether it's on, if you're getting financial advice on TikTok, just give your money away. I'll give you my wallet. Just send it to me, you know, or Instagram or wherever it is. They're not real investors. So they don't really have anything to like find. Like, I'm looking for ways to make money, okay? I'm looking at that edge. I need that edge. I had that edge on ICP. I understand how it trades. I have that edge on the Yeezy coin because I know it's pretty much, I'm not going to call Yeezy coin a scam, but the second I looked at it, you see this way this trades, I know these are bots. And all you got to do, click on one of these, and this is information. Information is king. You'll look at this. Look at this. See this right here? This right here? That's bot trading. Literally, I just went to the first one and I clicked on it. Okay, that's how many bots they have running. You don't have bots running on a good project. In fact, I'm not sure even these wash bots are legal, by the way. That means nobody wants this. This $1 million volume is crap. That means whenever Kanye and his cronies decide to start selling, this thing is going to zero. Okay, so that's why I took a position on it. I want this to pump so I can short it. It just hasn't. So it is what it is for right now. Eventually it will. So that's the kind of knowledge that I look for. This is a different type of knowledge. I'm not a trader who goes in there and day trade something. I play to my advantages, and I want to bring those advantages to you guys. World Liberty Financial, there's some crazy shit going on, guys. Crazy shit. Right now, it's trading at 25 cents. It went as low as 19 cents. It hasn't started trading yet. This is the perpetuals. This is like the futures. It's going to trade September 1st. Okay, so you got to see, is this a play to make money from? At first, I didn't think it was, but now, once I looked at the data, which no one else seemed to know what to do or find and give advice, it's just mind-boggling. You know, there were so many people giving bad advice. I just can't. My mind blew. First of all, I don't know why I didn't even buy this token at the pre-sale, because the pre-sale was only 1.5 cents. So these people that are in this, even at 25 cents. Are making, let me bring down the numbers. People are about to become millionaires. Okay, people are about to become millionaires over this. They are doing a 16.6x, and that's if it does a 25 cents. Now it's supposed to open at 42 cents. So if it actually opens at 42 cents, guess what? People will make 28 times their money. That's from the public pre-sale. So, geez, those are some altcoin season numbers. Okay, so let's go through the numbers. Okay, people are saying, and this is where I think they're getting their information wrong. This information's wrong. It's saying unlock at launch TGE is 20 billion WLFI tokens. Wrong. ChatGPT even got it wrong. Everyone got it wrong, because I start asking questions to ChatGPT and I'm like, this is not adding up. You know what I figured out, guys? You know how many tokens are going to be coming out? They are only releasing 20% of the pre-sale, which is, it's actually a little bit more, it's about 25 million tokens. Billion tokens. About 25 billion tokens. So you know how many tokens that is, guys? 5 billion. 5 billion. So I ran the math there. That's it. So basically 5% of all the tokens are going to be released. Is that going to lead to a dump? I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. It's not very many tokens. But if you think about it like this, let's say you invested $5,000, okay? and you got it at 1 cent. Okay, you invested $5,000 and you invested it at the 1.5 cents. That means you got 333,000 tokens, and you get 20% of that. Okay, puts you at 66,666 tokens, and you can sell it for 25 cents each. Let's say you will make $16,500, and you invested $5,000. You just 3x'd your money, sold it. The rest of your tokens are free. Are you going to sell it? Or are you going to wait for 42 cents or 50 cents, get $30,000 and hold the rest of the tokens for free? The people who got into this pre-sale are going to kill it. Are they going to dump on the entire market? I don't know. Okay, the market's going to have a lot of support. So listen, they paid 1.5 cents for it. Okay, then the second phase, public phase, was 5 cents. And then there was a couple rounds, private rounds of 25 million and 30 million. There was also this round down here where Justin Sun, yes, Justin Sun of Tron. If you don't know crypto, just look up Justin Sun. He's a colorful character. $75 million investment for USD1. And then you got the $25 million one that I put and the $35 million one. And there's a $2.1 billion one that came from investment in the USD1 token, which is basically came from Abu Dhabi through Binance. Okay, there's a lot of layers to this, and this is what I went down. I went down this whole thing, and I'm like, there's so many layers, there's so many players. Are they all gonna let this go down? Are they really gonna let World Liberty Financial not make it? There's just too many players. Once I start going down the rabbit hole, guys, there's too many people. There's too much money. There's too many big players. Is Binance gonna let it fail? All these little entities that are coming in gonna let it fail? Mexc gonna let it fail? Or these? I just, I start asking a different type of question. Wow, this is up 44%. See, this is crazy. With like Farcoin right here, I bought it because it had fallen more than all the other memes, and I'm like, it's probably gonna move up, right? Faster than all the other memes. It's taken a minute, but now, God, I was trying to take a bigger position than this. I mean, oh wow, yeah, I was right on this bad boy. This is live happening. Damn it. I mean, I got it at almost the Pico bottom too. I was like, oh, it came off the bottom. It's going to go. And ETH was starting to move. I was watching ETH. I'm like, oh, it's going to go. But, it doesn't move when you think. It moves when you don't think. And you just got to hold. And right now I'm holding. It's up 44%. And I can show you guys how to use Mexc do I take 46% is crazy number, by the way. Do I take that and move on? Usually, if it was a bigger number, I would have. But it's such a small number. $86 is like lunch money, right? These days, maybe that's not even dinner. I can't even go to dinner for $86. I live in a big city. Yeah, it's not even dinner money. Okay, that's like lunch money at this point. Yeah, that's actually pretty good, I have to say. Is it gonna keep going? Maybe. We'll keep it going for now. All right. So basically, when you're dealing with leverage and you're dealing with these things, you can see how fast money stacks up or how fast you lose. So with World Liberty Financial, you got to be very careful. And I'll show you guys how to buy it. I'll actually buy some for you guys. And I'll show you guys how to do it. I use Mexc. I like Mexc. I'm actually going to put links in at the bottom if you guys want to use Mexc as referral code. Go for it. They actually had reached out to me. I haven't done any sponsorship or anything, but I have a referral code thingy that I can get from my account, so you guys can get into it. I think you get something extra by using my referral code. I don't know, but I'm talking to them in the next few weeks because I actually do like their system. But it's very simple. So for example, it's better than Hype in ways because Hype might have more liquidity, but I can get more leverage up to 20x. Do I do 20x on anything? No, absolutely not. You're crazy. But generally 4x. Hype is at 3x max on World Liberty Financial. So listen, I'm already going over it. So I'm going to go 4x, for example. That's it. And is that for my long? Yes, long. And then my short is on a 3x. Shorts you got to be very conservative with. And it's on a little bit of a dip. You definitely want to buy the dip. So you just put in, for example, a small amount to start the transaction. I can put in like $20 and it's only going to do, for example, $5. Because I put $5, now I have a $20 of the buying power. See how it works? If I want to do if I want to do $50, or if I want to do $40, for example, I put in $10. So we can open a position like this. You just click, and then it's done. You see right here, I just bought $10 of World Liberty Financial. That's it. And I bought it on perpetual. Now, you don't always have to buy it, go long all the way. You can just do 1-to-1 if you just want to buy spot, because a lot of people just want to buy this on spot. So you can just bring this all the way down to 1, which means you're not going to, your liquidation price is, you see, it's basically has to go to 0 for you to get liquidated. So, you know, that's what you're going to want to do if you don't want to take any risks. Because right now, my liquidation price is, for example, 19 cents. So if it hits 19 cents, I'm going to get liquidated because I took a 4x long on it. I would have to add more to it in order to stop the liquidation from happening. Get it? So please keep these things in mind. But let's see how we can make money. Now you know how to buy. You just go to Mexc, open an account, you send in your USDT or USDC or your ETH or your Bitcoin or whatever you want to send in. You send it to them and then start trading. Now, this is what I started to notice. 5% of the tokens are going to go onto the public. That's it. 5%. However, the public has a huge profit. Huge profit. But only 5%. 5 billion out of 100 billion shares. So in the first couple days, couple weeks until the rest of the tokens come, I mean, if this thing goes to $1, it could. It really could. Because there's not that many shares. Are these guys going to come in and start helping, you know, World Liberty Financial do well? You know? So I started looking a little bit deeper, okay? I started looking a little bit deeper and on the unlocks, and then there's a governance unlock, all these things. So once those governance tokens start to unlock and start coming in, well, the situation could change, okay? Could really change very fast. But there's other parts of World Liberty Financial that no one's really looking at. First of all, they have a treasury, which I found on Arkham. This is their treasury. They have $462 million already in the treasury. Some of it already on Aave, who they're partnered with. And Aave has 7% of their tokens, by the way. So they have a deal with Aave, and Aave gets something like 20 or 30% of the profits from whatever they're doing. And they're already, by the way, they already have, in the pools, they're already farming. So they're already making money off of these assets. They're already farming. I don't know how much they're making, but they're probably making like, you know, 30, 40%, 20%, 30% a year on their farming. And they're pretty like low risk pools, but they're making money on this stuff. They're actually really smart. I actually saw this stuff, went, what? They're farming already? They're doing these things already? And they own all these other coins and tokens. There's a little bit, whoever is giving them advice is giving them pretty sound advice. So I started looking into their ecosystem a little bit more. Then I find this Alt5 Sigma. So this is a treasury company that raised $1.5 billion, which is traded in the stock market, that owns 7.5%. But this is where it gets interesting. It's like kind of a reserve, like treasury reserve company like MicroStrategies or like SBET or like BMNR. It's the same thing. You guys already know this stuff, okay? So then I'm like, wait a minute. They got another company who's on the stock market that's kind of their proxy on the stock market that's bought already 7.5 billion of their tokens for 750 million, which is about 10 cents a share. And I'm like, okay. And the other guys have bought them as high as 20 cents a share. And then I'm like, so there's people already paying 20 cents a share. Other big guys putting in millions, tens of millions of dollars at 20 cents. So I'm like, is it going to go below 20 cents? Number one. Number two, I'm also thinking to myself, Sigma, it's just called Alts, which is actually a really cool symbol on NASDAQ. Could Alts continue to use the other 750 million to buy more WLFI, World Liberty? They could. There's nothing stopping them. I went through their documents. I read it. They've actually said we might. So I'm like, wait a minute, they could literally become the reserve kind of treasury of World Liberty, just like BMNR, Bitmine is for ETH and MicroStrategies is for Bitcoin. If that happens and they raise even more money, then it becomes a NAV game, right? And then they can keep pumping it higher. So this thing is layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. And I'm like, I don't even know what to do at this point. At this point, I don't even know. At this point, my mind is blown because I'm like, they're a treasury company themselves. World Liberty is a treasury company itself, and this will probably get bigger. Then they have another treasury company. This is insane. Buying them, holding them as an asset, okay? But it gets better. They have a deal with Aave where Aave has 7% of their tokens. A lot of their tokens are going to get locked up in liquidity pools on all these dexes. They have the USDC1 token where they're going to make money from that for sure, because it's going to become like an institutional kind of dollar that institutions are going to use, and they're going to buy treasuries or God knows what with it, and they're going to make money on that. And then they have all these other ways that they're kind of probably going to make money through all the fees and other things that they're doing. And I'm like, phew, this is a little bit better thought out than I thought it was. So you can see they have their own strategic Bitcoin reserve. They have the Alt Sigma crypto program. They have the USDC backed treasury. They have asset holding from the fundraise. They have so many different ways that they can kind of generate revenues. They have token sales that they've already made money from. I mean, it's just protocol fees. I mean, it kind of goes on. I mean, I went down a whole entire rabbit hole of trying to figure out what's what, where's what. And to be honest with you, I did this because this is the only way you're going to make money out here. Only way you're going to get an advantage out here is if you really understand these things, and then you understand the tokenomics. The tokenomics of World Liberty are not great. We have to understand long term, they're not great, but they're not also releasing all their tokens at once. They're slowly releasing them. There's a slow release of their tokens. So where does this thing go? That becomes the big question. Where does this thing go? Damn, Farcoin just keeps. I know. Talking about World Liberty over here. I'm like, oh, Farcoin just at 47%, and I couldn't buy enough of it. You guys are watching a YouTuber that just bought Farcoin. How does that make you feel? And you're listening to him. Think about that. Take a minute to think about that one, huh? Yeah. When you tell your wife you lost all your money, she's gonna say, "Did you see any red flags?" Well, he made 46% on Farcoin. That should have been my red flag, honey. Never taking advice from anyone who buys Farcoin. Never. You should not be taking. This thing is gonna run. I just can't believe it. I mean, you at the bottom, you can literally buy anything. I have a list. These are my favorites, and a lot of these I already have done perpetuals, made money on in the past. And some I lost money on in the past. But for example, I know the tokenomics. That's my advantage. Like I know Pith Networks isn't one that you want along. Why? Because its tokenomics suck. It's going to always dump on you. They always have more tokens. And, but you could have bought that at the bottom right here and made a little bit of money. Sure, no problem. But long term, I will be taking, once this thing kind of pumps, I will be taking a short on it, because at some point I know they're going to dump on me, because that's what they've done all the way down. So I really try to understand the tokenomics. Crypto is for the people who have the most information, the most understanding. Please understand this. Most information and most understanding. The most information we have that is helping us is that everyone thinks 20% of the tokens are going to be out there for trading, which is wrong. It's only 5% of the tokens. So anything can happen to World Liberty. Literally, guys, anything can happen to World Liberty. What will happen? I'm actually not sure. I'm actually going to let it trade for a minute. I don't think it's going to go as low as people think. A lot of people think it's going to go like 5 cents and 6 cents. It's going to dump all the way down. I tell you one thing, it's going to be very volatile. It's going to be incredibly volatile. But I can't see all these partners. And if you go on their website, you see all the partners they have, BitGo, Binance, Mexc. They have so many partners listed. They have all of crypto listed. They partnered with everybody. I can't imagine them letting this fail. There's just too much money in this. And he's also the president of the United States of America. It's crazy. Can't let that fail. So when I'm looking at this, guys, I think probably 20 cents. Maybe we dip below 20 cents temporarily. Maybe we go to like 15, 16. But there's just not enough tokens. It hit 20 cents right here. There's just not enough tokens. Now, long term, different story. There's going to be a lot more tokens coming onto the market. Like I did the math. Yes, are there going to be early profit takers? Just dump, sell? Would I sell if I had bought $5,000 and I can cash out all my money right away? Hell yeah, I'd sell and still keep 80% of my bag. Hell yes. So it will be under pressure. There will be pressure. There is no doubt there will be pressure on this token. There is no doubt that there will be tons of pressure on World Liberty. None. But given all that, I think there'll be enough buyers. Now, where this thing ends up in a month or two, once all the other tokens come out, I don't know. I think, yes, we might see a pump up to 30, 40 cents, and it might come back down because of these reasons that I just highlighted. Because if it's at 30, 40 cents and the next unlock comes and they open up another 20% of those people that had done the pre-sale at 1.5 cents, guess what? They're going to dump. Do I think it's going to go to 5 or 6 cents? No, I don't think it's going to go that low. So it's important to set our lows and our highs. How high do we think it's going to go? Do I think it's going to go to $1? $1 would make its valuation with all of its tokens $100 billion. Do I think it can go there? That would be excessive. Do I think it's going to go down to 5 cents? No, because 5 cents is when the second round of the pre-sellers bought in. So I don't think it's going to go that low. I think we're probably looking anywhere from 12 to 20 cents on the low. I think 12 might be a little low, but I think somewhere in that range, 15 to 20 cents is where we're going to end up. And on the high range, 30 to 40. Because think about it. The next round of $20% open up for the pre-sale guys. Guess what? Now that guy's made enormous amount of profit. Now he sold his first load for 16,000. His second load is going to sell for 30,000. It's just too much. So that's not going to work. So in my opinion, what we're going to probably see it kind of sit in this middle zone for a while. You're going to see people in and out, and you're going to see them doing different things, announcements. It's going to be crazy. And I don't know what role. I want to see what the Sigma Corp is going to do, because Alt Sigma could do something. Also, they could start buybacks if it goes below a certain price. I don't know. We don't know. There's too many variables. But we've identified that this is in play. We know there's 5 billion tokens. We know there's more over time. So the play for me is going to be this. Watch it. See what it does. I'm going to try, if it goes too low, 15, 14, 13, 16 cents. I think that could be a good entry. Okay? It should come back up. It should come back up. I don't think it's going to go too low. Come back up. And then at that point, once we know when the next round of tokens from seed investors and governance tokens are going to be sold, well, that could be a different situation. Now we know that it's at, let's say, 30 cents at that point, 40 cents. Maybe we sell at that point and go short, because now we know it's going to get dumped on. So you see, but at the same time, we don't know what these guys are going to do. We don't know what Aave is going to do. We don't know what Binance is going to do. There's so many factors. These guys are also tied up with Abu Dhabi, some big money people. There's a lot of questions here. A lot of people saying it's going to go $1, going to go to $2, $3. $3 would make it one of the largest cryptocurrencies. I think would be just behind Ethereum and XRP. So I don't think it's going to go that high. So I think it's going to be a little bit more subdued than people think, but I also think that the opportunity is there, but you should always have enough cash on the side to be able to take advantage of these things. I think crazy things are happening, just like Fartcoin, 54%, baby. How is this happening? 54% on Fartcoin. This is ridiculous. I was trying to buy over $1,000 of it. It just ran a little bit faster than I wanted it to. I should have just bought it, man. Damn it. Sometimes, it's okay. I'm going to make my ICP long here. Where am I on an ICP? 400. It's not enough money. Need to double that. All right, everyth's looking good except Yeezy's moving on us, which is good. I want Yeezy to go higher. I only took a $50 short position on it. This long term it's trash. I want this to go higher because this is just my initial short position. My Yeezy is my initial. What I want to happen here is I want this to go as high as possible back to the 70s, so that once Kanye does more stupid shit or decides to dump, or the team decides to dump like they've already done, and their maximum extraction event, that I can make money on the short. And it's good to have some shorts in your portfolio because you never know when the market nukes. And usually these are the type of tokens that nuke the most. These are the ones, these shit coins are usually the ones that nuke the most. So, but I'm taking a very conservative. I'm only in it for $50 right now because the price isn't high enough. I want it to go higher. And I've been waiting for it to go higher since a couple days now. It's not. I'm just like, come on, everything else is going up. It's not going up. There's no demand for it, which is actually a good sign. There's zero demand in a market that's moving up. It's fantastic. But what I want to see happen is maybe he do some buybacks, promote it or something for it to go, and then I hit it hard. Then I come in and do like this, like a $13,000 position that I took. You know, 14, 50, $50,000 position. At that point, it doesn't even matter. I'll just take a massive position. So anyway, guys, hope that was helpful. World Liberty Foundation, September 1st. Keep an eye on it. Definitely keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on Alt5 Sigma. Oh, by the way, I have 2 interviews next week, hopefully with BTCS and BTBT CEOs, which are 2 treasury companies. So I got those also going on. Hopefully we can get a little bit more insight so we can kind of make a better decision on where to put our money in all these different treasury plays, whether it's SBET or BMNR or BTCS or BTBT. Let's see what their CEOs have to say. We're going to ask them some really tough questions. Other guys are going to give them like nice little softball questions. We're not going to do that. We're going to hit them. I'm a real investor. We're going to hit them with real questions that I want to see answered. So, you know, keep an eye out for that. It's going to be really good interview. I might even do it live so you guys can even interact and ask questions, get them ready. I'm trying to get ETHZilla also. ETHZilla is another guys that I'm talking to, the PR or investor relations I'm talking to, whoever the hell it is. So hopefully I get them on board too. Let's see. Let's dig into the weaves. Get in there. The details are where the money is at. So the details is where the money is at with all of these things. With World Liberty Financial, details are still coming out. But I think there's money to be made. I think it's a play. And I don't think it's going to go to zero like people think. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. I think there's too much money, too many connections, too much behind this. I think there's just too much behind this. Way too much behind this. I mean, you can kind of see even from my long position here, it's already up 4%. That's how fast it happens on leverage, which is interesting. And also here, I just got paid to long it. So I'm getting paid on Mexc, and that's why you want to use Mexc, because they actually give you back some of the fees. Number one. Number two, what's interesting is if you're getting paid, that means more people are shorting it on the other side. So you're taking a contrarian trade. Okay, guys, best of luck out there. We will keep you updated and we'll see what happens. Take care. Bye-bye.